Upon the reopening of our borders, one of the top priorities for Aruba was the safety of both locals and visitors. Not only that, it was super important to make sure that it was easy for visitors to feel safe and be well informed on their safety during their journey. The Aruba Health app makes this possible, and today I am joined by Ivo Dongan, who led the team that worked hands-on this app along other collaborators. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Hilian. Nice to be with you.
Let's talk a little bit about the Aruba Health app. What does this app entail?
Actually, this app is an app that you have to download if you're a visitor or you're planning to visit Aruba. So after you filled out your ED card online, this app will direct you, or this ED card online will direct you to download the app. The app actually lets you register and enables you to capture your test actually when you're in Aruba. But the app will also give you information that can be handy. You know, for example, you have different companies in Aruba or organizations that have a health and happiness code. Via this app, you can get information about them. You know which companies have it or haven't got that code yet. But all in all, the app was designed together with the local health authority and with the hospital. I work for Setar, a communications company, and we developed the app to enable that process, to make it easier for tourism to come in and walk through the arrival area, do their test, and later get the results on the test via the app.
Wow, and where did the idea come from to, get to work on an app that does this?
Yeah, the app is very personal, I mean, instead of compared to a website, the app is something personal. It's always with you. And there is a need within tourism ministry and also the health authority to be able to communicate directly with the visitor. So the app, a very personal thing. I mean, everybody has a phone, everybody can download an app nowadays. So by having this app and providing information to the visitor and also being able to directly communicate with that specific visitor is something that we saw as an opportunity. And the health authority, together with the hospital and also working together with the tourism authority, the airport, we developed this app. And now we have been using it since July 4th until now, and we are increasing the number of visitors on the island. And the app is one of the critical components to enable that.
It's super interesting because I downloaded it a while ago when I heard about it, because I was so curious as to how it works. I don't know if we can do a small demonstration about this app. When you register, so you create an account, right? That's the first step.
Yeah, you have to register, so you have to initially fill out some data about yourself, about where you're coming from. You will also get some health-related questions there, and that is all being done through the app.
So I see the first part is where you got the health part, and if I were to, click the plus size, I would have to register.
New registration.
And I would put in some data about me, about the flight, the arrival.
So some of the data that you have to fill out here is comparable to like an ESTA form, that U.S. travelers have. But also there are some things that are related specifically to your stay here.
Okay.
In order to guide you health-wise while you're on the island and to be able to keep your whole journey safe, it is handy to have some information from you about your stay here. And that way, health authorities are able to stay in contact with you when needed.
So once I register, I filled out my ED card, I get here. What does this app help me with within the next process of getting here?
Yeah, so when you're here, you go through the immigration. At a certain point, you pick up your luggage, and after the last check of your luggage, before actually being able to step your first toe or foot on Aruba, you have to go through this process. Because this app is connected to a backend system of the health authority, the health authority can see if you have already done a test, if you have uploaded a test where you came from, or if you have to do the test actually on Aruba. The app also keeps track of if you have done the test and afterwards also what your result was of the test. So it is a kind of health assistant or like a tracker there. But that is something that speeds up the flow. Instead of coming and filling out forms and sending emails and that kind of stuff, the app is something that you will always have with you. And in case, imagine you, for example, you're tested positive, via the app again, you can go into quarantine. There also communication with you in that phase can be done through the app. So the app has multiple benefits health-wise to stay in contact with you and to make your travel safer.
Let's say I decided to take my test over here. I get to the airport, I get tested at the airport.
Yes.
Is there, via this system, do I get notified?
Yes, so actually it is registered that you have done that test. And that is something that is kept anonymous, of course. You know, other people don't know that you specifically have done this test. You go to your place where you're staying, your accommodation. And after so many hours, it can go up to a maximum of 24 hours, but often it's much quicker. You get an alert what the result of your test was. And yeah, depending on the result, you get some advice or you have some call to action.
You guys also worked on the quarantine app, right?
That's
so there's also an option for, to go on to, there's also, let's say if you were to test positive, you will get instructions to get on the quarantine app, which is super interesting too, because, everything is well connected to each other.
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's say I am clear, I tested negative and I'm ready to enjoy Aruba safely, of course, right? So I have some questions. I'm not sure where I have to go. No, not sure, but there's some questions that need answering. There's a tab for that, right?
Yeah, so there are several sections. One of the sections is where you actually get some information related to health. For example, if you are feeling something or you have some symptom, in the app you can go through an FAQ, get some answers to questions you might have in that area. So there are several items. You can also ask about insurance. You can also get information related to locations in Aruba that actually have done their preparations to be a safe place to visit.
That would be the Aruba Health, the health code tab, right?
Health and happiness code.
So over here, I see different sectors where you can go, and what would happen next?
So for example, I want to go to a location because I want to eat somewhere in a restaurant. Via this app, you can go in the food and beverage section and see all of the locations that have applied and that have acquired a code for health and happiness.
That's so awesome, because sometimes you don't know where you want to eat also. So, you just go to this list and, these are the lists of all of the restaurants, all of the food and the F&B places that do adhere to the Aruba health code, and you got your answer here. This is especially for those indecisive ones like me we can
use the app to get to those locations, actually.
You see, that's perfect. And we got it for accommodation, food and beverage, food truck, retail, tour operator, car rental. So it's all on here. And also something that's really interesting, before you get here, you already can get this information if you have an account and you have registered on the app. So if you got questions about the Aruba visitors insurance, there's more information right here. It's, at the tap of your finger, you can get it. So this is so cool and it's so accessible. It makes it much easier, the flow, right?
Yeah. So you get, because often as you come in as a tourist, and especially in these times, you have some questions, and things change by the day. Via this app, you can stay in touch and get the information that is most current. So the actual content of this app is provided by several partners, like insurance partners, but also the tourism authority, that deliver a lot of the content that is actually exposed and displayed through this app.
That's super interesting. So are there any other benefits that we get from having this app?
Yeah, so it's mostly getting information on your test situation, because you're getting the information through the app, you don't have to go and physically be near other people to get that information. So that is handy.
It's
you don't
much
have
safer.
to call maybe or find a number or an email address to get that. You can also do that, if you want support or if you have any other questions that aren't answered in the app. But the app tries to bring all of that information that you need while you're in your stay here, and mostly health related, you'll find through the app.
That's excellent. How has the reaction been so far?
Until now, quite positive. I got some recent feedback where I also saw that the time that it took after collecting your luggage and coming out of the door at the douane, that was quite quick. And in some cases where you actually have to do the test here, it takes a little bit longer, but there are a couple of professionals that will really guide you there to come to and to start your stay in Aruba.
That's excellent. I'd like to congratulate the whole team that worked on this and all of the partners that worked on this for such an amazing app. And also, for having the visitors in the mind, how they think, how to, make it easier for them and make their stay more pleasant.
Yeah. I was talking to a couple of visitors or like students coming back to the island with a couple of nervous parents, and they had a lot of questions like, hey, how will this go? And what about the insurance? And what about the actual test? How will it be captured? And I mean, the app provided them with some answers and guided them, and it seems to be working fine.
That's really nice. Well, congratulations. I'd like to give you the space to invite everyone who are planning to come to Aruba or are here to, to get this app and, help them make their stay more pleasant.
Yeah, so if you're coming to the island and you're planning or you're near your trip, make sure that you download the app. The app, downloading and using it is actually mandatory because it gives you also, it makes you safer when you're on the island. You will get information, and also health authorities here will be able to help you whenever you need any help. Download the app and use it. You'll get it on the App Store on Apple and also on Google, and you have a web app version of the app.
Yeah.
Hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much for joining us. That was some key information, very important, and it was very nice to get to know more on this app and how it really helps all visitors. I highly encourage you having this app, using it. This, to me, this is my favorite part, the food and beverage. I never know where to eat, and I want to do so safely right now. It's so important to, know where they do adhere to protocols and where they are prepared to, accept visitors and welcome them in the safest way possible. You guys have done an amazing job, so congratulations with this.
The whole team is proud of it.
Thank you so much for joining us. That was Ivo Dogan, one of the leader of the team that helped work on the Aruba Health app. Very valuable information received today from them, and it's I highly encourage you to download this app and just use it. Make it, help it make your journey more pleasant. Well, when we come back from a short break, be sure to stay right there because we're going to have more information here on many other things here in Today News. So be sure to stay right there. Stay tuned, all right?